Welcome to Cavern City Outdoors. My name is Jeremy Fuentes, and today I'm going to take you on a tour of my Palomino Softside 1251. Let's check it out. Let's start off on the driver's side. This is where your water and electrical hookups are. First, you have your fresh water connection. This is where you'll fill your 20-gallon onboard water tank. There is a 30-amp electrical connection and a drain for your sink water. An outdoor receptacle, 110 volts, and an outdoor shower. This shower has both hot and cold water. Your city water connection can be used to connect a hose, and you'll use line pressure instead of your onboard water pump. This is your on-demand water heater and your exhaust ports for your onboard furnace. This here is a direct line to your battery for charging or use of an external solar panel. You have the ability to connect cable or satellite. And this is your refrigerator vents. There's also a nice little storage compartment below. On the rear, we have a porch light. And on the passenger side, we have a 20-pound propane tank. We also have a small storage box for your waste hoses. There is a 7-gallon black water tank. There is no gray water tank. Black lever is to dump the black water, and the gray lever, the gray water. Pay attention to the 4x4 boards and jacks I have supporting the floor of the camper. I want to take a break real quick to tell you thank you for watching the Cavern City Outdoors channel. Wait to the end where I'm going to go over why I chose to have a truck camper, some pros and cons of actually owning one, and some modifications that you may want to make. Alright, let's get back to the video.
Okay, walking into the camper, you can see it's well lit and quite roomy for being in the bed of your truck. The table will, you can remove it and it can be turned into a bed for additional sleeping down below. Up on top, you have a queen size bed. There's also some storage space above both sides. You can store some pots and pans or cooking utensils. There's a TV and there's an exhaust fan up on the roof. The TV does fold up to allow for the roof to come down and it store properly without getting in the way. Passenger side, you have your on-off switch for your water heater and then for your water pump there. There's also some outlets to charge your phone. And there you have our sink. There's some adequate counter space along with a 2-burner propane stove. There's a couple storage cabinets below the bed to store your snacks. There's also, the bed lifts up and there's a lot of storage under there. I installed a thermostat for the propane heater. One thing with the 2-burner stove is you better have some matches because it does not have an igniter. Below the sink you have your breaker panel and your propane detector. Towards the rear of the camper you have a 3-way refrigerator, and that's also where your extra storage space is located. You got 1 large cabinet and 3 smaller cabinets. Holds quite a bit of stuff. And below that you have your main power disconnect and your controls to raise and lower the roof. There is an onboard bathroom / shower. I have not used the shower, but the toilet's definitely been convenient. I added these blackout shades for the window, on the door, and on the sunroof.
Hey, welcome to the shop. We got back, we got the truck camper unloaded and plugged in. Now to answer that question of why do I own a truck camper? Well, to do that, I need to give you a little bit of background. I am an avid bass fisherman and I do a lot of traveling in my area to compete in bass tournaments. So that leads us to the first pro. Traveling to these bass tournaments costs a lot of money. Staying in Airbnbs, hotels, I've even slept in my truck cab quite a few times and that's not fun. So I've saved a ridiculous amount of money by owning a truck camper. That goes into the second pro, which is convenience. It's very convenient for me to have all my stuff loaded in the truck camper, not have to worry about checking in or checking out, and really just being able to worry about fishing. So with the pros come the cons. The first con I would say with the camper is maintenance. If you've ever owned a boat, then you know that it comes with a certain level of maintenance. That holds true to the camper as well. Now don't let that scare you off. It's nothing too crazy, but just wanted to let you know that it is there. The second con would be its limited size. So sometimes when I travel, I have my dog, my 2 young kids, and my beautiful wife with me. It can get a little cramped inside the camper. I'm lucky that when I go bass fishing, it's typically just me, and that's more than enough space. All right, let's switch gears real quick. If you're looking to get a truck camper or you already have one, there's a few things that I would recommend. The first is electric jacks. They are a must. I have saved countless hours loading and unloading my camper with the electric jacks. Also, I've tried to use the drill and I'm surprised I didn't sustain some injuries. The second thing I would recommend, and this one won't be for everybody, but the television. So I spend all day out on the lake, and when I get back, I just want to kick back, maybe watch some YouTube and chill. So the television is definitely something I would recommend to add to your truck camper. The third thing would be the blackout curtains. If you decide to sleep in or your wife wants to sleep in, they're definitely a must. There's a lot of light that comes in the early mornings into the truck camper. The next thing I would recommend would be the electric thermostat. So when I got this camper, it had an analog thermostat and it just wasn't very accurate. The furnace was kicking on and off, and the electric thermostat fixed all of that. The last thing I would recommend, and it's not really a recommendation, I pointed to it earlier on in this video, and it was the 4x4s and the jacks that I use to support my truck camper when I have it off of the truck. The reason I do that is because Palomino clearly states that the camper should not be used without the floor supported. Something about damaging the camper itself. So I've used the 4x4s and the jacks. I think I picked them up at Lowe's. It's worked perfectly for me. This thing has been rock solid, high winds, never had an issue. So that's just how I did it, and I would suggest that you found something that works for you. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the comments below and I'll try to get back to you. Help the channel out, like and subscribe. Till next time, we'll see you out on the road.